can you do the intro, Zack? Do you have the sound file for the intro?
I don't. I can do it live.
Oh, yes.
Someone give me some cinematic trailer music. Welcome to the Underdogs podcast. Strap yourselves in for 1 hour of non-stop audio entertainment. That was pretty good.
Are we going to do it every week?
No, just this week because we're recording remotely. Peter, do you want to tell everyone why we're recording remotely?
I thought we'd all just, spend a little time apart. It'd be nice, we can, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I think next Thursday we're all going to be like such good. No, I think it's because I got COVID. That's the real reason.
Oh, true. Yeah. And probably the most grim situation ever for me and Jackson, and somewhat Jordan too. So, Peter, you had done a couple negative rats, right? Or one on Sunday.
No, yeah, I did one.
And so we were like all good to record. We went and filmed a Frisbee video, sharing the same Frisbee the whole time. Me and Jackson drank out.
I shared a beer with Peter as well.
Yeah, me and Jackson drank out of the Frisbee. Look forward to this video. That Peter had touched. So that's some bodily fluids touchy going in the mouth already.
Touchy going in the mouth.
And then we came back to mine and recorded a 2.5 hour video where we shared the same controller and sat right next to Peter.
You know what the problem was? Steve was our demise because we wouldn't have been there so long if it wasn't for freaking Steve.
That's true. There is a 2.5 hour Steve video coming out soon on the Underdogs gaming channel.
Uncut.
Yeah, Peter, how did your PCR test go?
I actually still haven't got the result. Oh, there was like a huge line there because we're getting record cases in Perth at the moment. So like,
how long did you have to wait?
There was a huge line. Oh, it was like at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of just like sitting in the car, edging forward like 3 meters every like couple of minutes.
Right. Yeah, a few hours of edging. 2 hours of edging. You got to pass the time somehow when you're waiting for the test.
So that took a while and I haven't got my result yet. I just checked my phone. So I'm like 90% confident I do have it, which is unfortunate, but I'm actually fine. Any concerned gamers, I'm actually totally fine.
Yeah, no symptoms.
Vaccination. Yeah, I'm fine. I streamed last night for like 6 hours and I still felt fine, so it's all good.
I'm pretty sure I might have it as well.
Really?
Yesterday I was pretty fine. Today I've had like a sore throat, which I get the occasional random sore throat, but just the timing of it seems like... Me and Maddie are like sleeping in separate beds. She like disinfected everywhere that you touched after you left. So
she's serious about that.
Well, because we're going to Singapore in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like now's actually the best time for me to catch COVID. And now we
you
are
were licking the seat where Peter was sitting.
Yeah, we're becoming hermits now. Like
Zack was licking the controller after I left.
Give it to me now.
I was sucking on it. All the handrails Peter touched on the stairs.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson and I definitely don't want to get it because we're going to Melbourne tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Should we talk about that?
BAN.
Let's get away from the COVID because that's exciting.
Yeah,
we're going to BAN, which is Australia's biggest Smash Bros tournament. Australia hasn't had any major tournaments for 3 years, is it?
Well,
something like that.
Got delayed. This tournament is like the third year of running. Third attempt.
Yeah. So
and it's the
it'll
biggest
be good
Smash tournament in Australia ever, right?
Yeah, apparently.
By one person, I think.
And it's only 341 compared to the American few thousand. But that's really big for us.
Yeah, we are a lot smaller,
Australia
I suppose.
is smaller. Fun fact.
Great fun fact of the week.
How much smaller is Australia?
Do you mean population or
It's a bit early
size?
for the poppet question of the week.
Population compared to America.
I think they have like 300 and something million and we have like 25 million. So they have like more than 10 times more.
So for the Americans, it would be the equivalent of like a 5,000 and something person tournament.
I mean, your math's a little bit off, but about that. 4,000
no, because
maybe,
they have
3,000.
some more people coming in.
Yeah, I like that. Biggest tournament in the world then, I think.
It's actually the equivalent of a 1 million person tournament if you're in China. So there you go.
Wow, biggest tournament in the world. You heard it here. It just had to use Jordan's logic to get there.
Yeah, just based on ratios.
Based on genius numbers.
So
that's going to be really fun.
What are you looking forward to? Have you been practicing? Well, I know Jordan has. Jackson, what have you been doing in the lead?
Jumped on Elite Smash this morning, so should be prepared for a big tournament. Nah, not entering the tournament. Don't really find it very fun to play.
He actually dropped out after the Elite Smash games. That was
Yeah,
when he decided
literally.
he wasn't into
I
it.
played one Sora and that was it. Forget it.
Nah, because we made a lot of friends with some of the people over Eastern Australia that you don't really get to see too often. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
for
you'd
sure.
be going for that, right, Jackson?
Yeah. That's 100% what I'm going
That'll
to
be
see some
amazing.
of the
Just
old
to
friends.
see everyone again.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's cool. Are you going to commentate as well, Jackson? Or
I'm
you...
commentating, so you guys should be tuning in. I'll be commentating throughout the weekend.
Little
Look forward
plug
to
there.
that. Yes. And hopefully I can commentate one of Jordan's games. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
are you commentating Grants?
No, I'm not. So, and that probably lines
not
up
then.
perfectly with your placement, so that works out quite well.
What about you,
you
Jordan?
doing
Who are
any-
you going to play? Not to talk about Smash too much, but it's an
Like the
exciting
characters?
thing. Yeah.
Probably Game & Watch and Wolf have been my main ones, but you never know. It might be in a bit of a sticky situation, bring back the old classics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also just excited to like see everyone who I haven't seen in like 3 years and just like, I don't know, the thing about going to major tournaments is like you get like to cheer for your scene, which you don't usually do, which makes it really fun.
Well, that'll be interesting for me because I don't really know anyone in the scene anymore, so I don't really know who I'm
That's
cheering
true.
for.
But
So I'll
like-
probably just be cheering
Also,
for
it's a
you,
bit
and that's
depressing
it.
cheering for Perth. We're pretty
No,
awful compared
we're
to...
crazy. What are you talking about?
People
No,
have
but
been
usually
talking
when
some
you-
smack on Twitter.
Usually when you go to a tournament, you're like just there like with your mate, so you're not going to be like, yeah, destroy him. You know what I mean? But when you
Yeah.
go to another place, it's like my tribe versus the other tribe.
Yeah,
So
it's true. That is a fun part of it, and I'll be
a whole
the
different
puppet cheer
vibe.
squad.
Jordan's
so-
sharpening a stick as we speak, ready to stab the Queenslanders and just all that.
I'm a little sad that I'm not going, but I'm in the same boat as Jackson. I definitely would not enter. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to CEO in June, and
Are you actually?
I'm not going to enter that, yeah.
Sick.
Courtesy of
That's
Panda.
crazy.
We've got a lot of pandas going. We're going to film some videos. But yeah, they were like, oh, do you want to enter? And I was like, thought about it for a little bit. And then I was like, that's never going to be fun. Didn't even
It
really have
just
fun
sounds
when
fun.
I entered the other American tournaments I went to.
And then you just get tricked into having to enter. Tournaments take a long time. You kind of forget that you sit around waiting a lot for your game. And
Plus, that $20 entry fee, bit steep. Maybe if it was $10, I'd enter.
don't you have like a crab in your house that was $70 or something?
Wow, the fucking call out. I was just trying to make a joke about everyone complaining about the price rise, but okay.
Yeah, the 70. It's, by the way, audience, it's not a real crab. It's an ornamental
I thought it
crab.
was funny if I just said it and left it.
It appears to
I mean,
be
I feel
solid
like-
gold.
$80 or $70 would be a good price to pay for a real crab. I would do that.
Tell you what, if I took
Yeah.
that to CEO,
Wouldn't you be rich?
Like a pet crab. An awesome one.
People get crabs all the time.
Maybe you do.
a pet crab,
No, but like
Oh,
you know,
no,
you
you
just
said
go
crabs.
out and you can get crabs on the fish on the fishing
have you
boats.
gone out and gotten crabs many times,
Are you
John?
talking about going crabbing?
Yeah.
Oh my
Like
god.
you could be rich, dude.
The worst way of phrasing such a simple
think-
sentence.
Pet crabs are probably a little bit more expensive than like the ones you catch to eat.
No, I'm saying you could sell them. Like if you just catch 10, that's $700.
That's
Anyway,
not how it works. Oh.
What makes a pet crab more
Jordan.
expensive? That's some
That's
good
what I'm
markup,
saying.
I reckon. They probably just like are about to drop it in the pot though, and I'm like, I could probably sell this as a pet. I don't think there's
I mean,
any difference.
Jackson is the expert in the
Can't
aquarium
say,
business.
can't say no too much about crabs, but a lot of the ones you keep in aquariums are a lot smaller, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, and you
Baby.
can't really eat them.
And they're freshwater, right? They're not like
Yeah,
our
9 times out
crabs.
of 10. Yeah. It's
If you're
just
gonna
different.
get a crab, make it a hermit crab. Then you can give them like
Hermit crabs.
a sick shell.
Do you guys have hermit crabs as a kid?
I had
Never.
one back in the day.
My sister had
I
two.
them.
just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, my sister had one as well. They were friends.
Do they
So
live in
you
the
make
same
them
place? Oh, sorry, so many questions.
Yeah, it's a
Race?
bit-
I didn't know
honestly,
you
it's a
could
bit
race
weird.
hermit crabs.
I thought you could make like mazes for them and they go through.
Well, I didn't.
very
so
motivated.
Maybe they had a terrible life. I'm gonna be up.
I
at
don't
night
think the
thinking
difference
about
between
this.
a good life and a bad life is mazes and races for a hermit crab, but I could be wrong.
Something to
Could be
do.
wrong. Yeah, I
I have a little
suppose.
bit of a hermit crab story. I was
please.
when I was like quite little, we went on a holiday to the Cocos Islands, which is like, it's near Christmas Island. It's just like an island that Australia technically,
Oh, now
I
that's
don't know if
crabs.
owns or whatever. And there is some serious crabs there. Like there is billions of crabs.
Is that
Serious
where
crabs.
Crab Rave was filmed? Sorry to interrupt, but I think
it may be
it's-
based on Christmas Island.
Yeah.
Not sure about the live performance though. I might not sure
Sorry,
on that
I
one.
mean based. Not filmed.
But yeah, like I had a competition to see who could collect the most hermit crabs with the guy who was taking our tour, and I was a little kid, and I was like scurrying around trying to find as many because there's millions there. And he just sat still while I was running around, put down one piece of cheese, and they just start coming out of the woodworks. Like they're like coming from the beaches, from the forest, all towards this piece of cheese. And I was
Man's
just
been-
like, oh my God, what a strategy.
Done him by the cheese strat IRL.
I got cheesed in hermit crab collection, exactly.
Oh, man.
You know what else has a ridiculous markup?
Here we go.
Cables.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
like
It's
like HDMI
crazy.
and that.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
okay, electrical cables, okay.
Because I went to the shops, right? And it was like, I don't know, some cable was like $25. But I knew the person who was working there. So it was like, oh, I'll give you the staff discount. And it was instead $4.
Jeez.
So they just buy
You're
for like
exposing
wholesale.
them.
Yeah.
You got that at what? Is that called market price? Is that what it's called? When you
Yeah.
get something for the same
No,
price
that's
they buy
just
for?
no, that's not even the market price. It's just the staff discount. That was his staff discount.
That's
For
crazy.
I'm
working
sure the
there.
staff would just
Wow.
get it like the store doesn't make a profit. So it just cuts out the whole profit margin.
Yeah, that's
They
what I would
pay what
guess.
they get from the supplier.
But that's
still
so
nuts.
crazy.
I buy so many cables. I've probably put in like a few extra thousand that I didn't have to.
Yeah, because staff discounts are usually like 10 or 20%. So I was like looking at the receipt. I was like, oh man, he's done a solid for me here. He's scammed the business and like
It's like
put in
an
a fake
80%
number.
discount. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but it's just that's genuinely what the discount is. I was like, oh, the markup must be crazy.
I mean, I always
That's
get the
all.
cheapest one on Amazon, and like if I ever buy something like electronics in person, I know I'm getting absolutely destroyed. Like for
AliExpress
the
is
basic
the
stuff
place.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
what
This
did
is
you
grim.
what did you do for Mother's Day? Sorry to change the topic, but I think cables may have run its
Oh.
course. But
I
did
went
you
to
guys
the
have a good
zoo.
Mother's Day weekend? The
I
zoo.
went to the zoo.
The zoo. I haven't been to the zoo in, I reckon, about 10 years. So that was very fun.
What was your favorite
The-
animal?
The meerkats always crack me up.
such a
Looking
classic.
hilarious.
They're good.
Yeah. Jordan reminds me of a meerkat in a sense.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty cool.
It's a
I used to
good
watch
show.
Meerkat Manor. Did you remember that show?
Yeah, that show sucked.
What was that?
Okay.
There was I'll just say it because it's just so unbelievable. I think it was an Australian show, right?
Yeah.
It was like a reality TV show that they
But for
made about
meerkats.
meerkats, and it was like a documentary, but they filmed it like a reality TV.
It was
Yeah, it
like
was-
Big Brother, but meerkats.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it was
sounds
like
yeah,
it's so stupid.
Anyways,
It was serious.
yeah.
What a concept. I'm impressed.
I like the concept.
I mean,
How
check
is
it out
the
if you like
zoo, though?
meerkats.
Yeah, no, the zoo is really good. I recommend you guys go to the zoo. I was wondering how long since you've been to the zoo, Peter, after your zoology degree.
I mean, like, I did a little bit of volunteering there, and I got real sick of it, so I'm not in
true.
the urge to go there. Like, it's kind
Wait,
of
was it
thing where
not cool?
you've seen it once, you've seen it all. It
Yeah.
is really not that cool, honestly, from the volunteer perspective.
I'm just
Yeah.
imagining
Boring jobs.
Peter shuffling elephant shit and being like, oh man, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Is that what it was? Or what is
No,
cleaning?
dude, that is way too important of a job to give the volunteers. Like,
True.
it was way lower than that. It was like you were like a tour guide, except you didn't actually have any authority or anything. So you just be standing next to the exhibit for like hours, being like, "Boy, I hope someone listens to me today. I hope someone asks me a question."
I'll
And
see
then,
like a someone come over and be like, so how long do meerkats live, sir? And you'd be
Yeah,
like,
and-
8 years,
Stationary
whatever
tour.
it is.
But the thing is, most of the stuff like that you don't actually like know per se. It's most of the volunteers know about the specific animals. They were like,
Yeah.
oh yep, that's Derek the tortoise right there. He's quite the character. I watch him for 6 hours every day where I stand right here. Like I'm like, oh my god,
Someone
it was
say-
really not for me.
Yeah, I'm going to say shoveling elephant shit sounds more fun than
Yeah,
that.
it was mostly old people doing it who have a lot of time on their hands
Yeah,
and want to
sure.
just help out. It wasn't like a young person kind of thing. You know what I mean?
The passionate people. Makes sense.
I went indoor skydiving for Mother's
Really?
Day. Yeah.
Ooh, that's epic.
It was something that Maddie's family had gotten us and like their whole family, so Maddie's sister and her boyfriend too, got us that for Christmas. It was really cool. I was actually getting super scared before it went in as well, because like there's a big drop underneath where all the wind's like flying up. And the guy that was in there before we went was absolutely cracked. Peter, you would have loved it. He was doing like all these flips, and he would do like a nosedive and then flatten out his body and just barely stop before the ground and then get pushed back up.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Isn't it expensive? I was like, man, I'd love to
pretty
try that, but like to
expensive.
get good at it, you'd have to like either work there or like, I don't know. It just seems like you'd go there to be a fun experience one time, but you wouldn't get to do the epic shit, you know?
Yeah, no, it was like fun enough just as one time. Honestly, I felt like I was pretty good at it. You got to get into like a balanced position where you're flat, then you can start like moving up and down, and they like take you around a bit. And then we also got this thing where they like shoot you to the top of the ceiling and like spin you really fast, and the instructor will be holding on to you, but you do this like really epic up and down flight, and it's just like the air catches you when you go back down.
I feel
Really,
sick
like,
listening.
if you started like pin dropping, would you just hit the floor?
I think if you didn't flatten out, but then you flatten out and you slow down so quick because like the air is stronger at the bottom.
Right. I'm picturing like you fly all the way to the top and then you just turn into a tin soldier and just like eat shit. Yeah.
You'd probably slow down enough to where it wouldn't hurt you, honestly. It's pretty, it's like a mesh where the air can go through.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Like a very widely spaced trampoline.
Yeah.
It's such an insane concept when you think about it. Indoor skydiving.
Yeah.
Like, what, do they fly the plane in the fucking building or something? Like, it just makes no sense when you think about it.
It did look like the sort of thing that would be really fun to go and get hell good at. Kind of like snowboarding and like trampoline stuff. It's just like shit that you look at and you like you do it once and you're like, oh, now I want to become a professional just so I can look like this cool dude.
Yeah. Well, I did not do anything for Mother's Day because my mum is currently away in England. And then I was planning to go and see my grandma. And that is the day that I found out that I probably have COVID. So going to the old person home, not the play when you have COVID.
Smart.
So I just sent my mum a nice little text and that's about it.
I had a pretty chill one too. Just like meet my mum and her mum at like a park, like a picnic, like a family thing.
Cute.
So that's pretty chill. No skydiving or anything in my Mother's Day though. That sounds epic.
Sorry to bring it back to me, but that was for Maddie's mum. And then for my mum.
Oh my God.
We went.
What did you do? You fucking.
Real skydiving.
No, we did an escape room. But I do have a story about the escape room though. Jackson, do you remember doing an escape room with me a few years ago?
Yes.
Do you remember what it was?
Oh, you
This is going back pretty far when me and Jackson lived together. It's like
don't remember.
a wizarding school and they've like lost the magic. Does that ring any bells?
Yeah, it does ring a bell.
Well, my sister had booked in for our family to do the same escape room that I'd already done like 3.5 years ago. So I didn't actually really remember how to do any of it. So like, and obviously there was like one thing that I was like, I remembered and I was like, oh, I'm not going to mention that because I've already done this. But for most of it, it's like, you're not remembering the little details, right?
I wouldn't remember.
And then I think Maddie had also done the escape room. Same boat as me. It was very familiar to her, except she didn't remember any of the specifics. So we laid back a little bit. Ended up getting the house record, 3rd place for time completed in the escape room. Because we did it so fast.
Are you going to call them up and tell them you cheated?
And then they put us on the leaderboard at the place.
I'm calling them and letting them know. This is a farce.
We did it in 25 minutes when they allow an hour time. And yeah, everyone took a photo with the scoreboard. The whole family was proud. I think Mum listens to the podcast. So Mum, if you're listening, I'm very sorry, but Ellen booked it in and then didn't know till we got there that I'd already done it. So
I can't believe you didn't say anything. You were just like, you could have just been like mega brain. You would have been like exposed as a genius.
No, I didn't really like, I didn't reveal anything. And like, I would still be like curious about stuff. But like, I don't think I really accelerated that much. We had 6 people in like an intermediate skill escape room. So like me and Maddie didn't need to do that much.
I've never done an escape room.
Have you never done one, Peter?
You could have said I had 30 people in the beginner level. I would have been like, wow.
But yeah, that.
Can you record in an escape room? Would that be a funny video?
No, you can't use your phone.
Oh, that's lame. That'd be fun.
Why?
Surely they could
If the Underdogs did a escape room.
I think the problem with that is it ruins the escape room for everyone else.
Oh, true.
We'd have to get one that's custom built, so they don't let you film in there.
Yeah, or like release it after it's out of cycle or something. Although apparently they're in cycle for 3 years, so I don't know. Maybe that's just
it's
I
more
thought
than
they
that.
always
It's
changed
wild.
them.
Me
maybe
too.
they just come back around.
Until I walked in there and it's like, the wizarding school has lost its magic. And I was like, oh shit, something's ringing a bell.
That's like
good.
clothes as well, isn't it? They come
What?
back.
They
Look at
come back
those
in
glasses.
Does he mean fashion? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought you meant from like the washing machine or some shit.
No.
I thought you meant like dumpster diving for your fits.
I'll come back.
Wow, looks really good, Jordan, for what you got at the thrift shop.
Yeah, that's the whole
Jackson,
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
do you have our segment of today ready?
I absolutely do. I was just waiting for the opportunity. I thought there might be a good segue of a hot take from someone, but no one gave me
there
one.
There never is. We're too passive.
We're going to do the hot takes. Now, these are things that people submitted. If you did, congratulations. They were mostly bad. I've picked out
Congrats, it was
3
probably
good ones.
shit.
Picked out 3 decent ones and 2 ones that I just think are funny. So we're going to run with them
Okay.
and see
Only
what you guys
3
think.
decent ones. How many responses were there in total? Did you see?
Over 200.
No, I think there were 350. But you
Yeah.
didn't go through all of them, did you, Jackson?
I did. I genuinely read through all of them. It took me
100 hit rate.
Over an hour.
Oh my
Audience.
god.
Audience, what the fuck?
Well, to be fair,
Seriously.
I said you only get 1 submission, make it count, and the first one was I know Obama's last name. I checked the first submission just to see what we were in for, and I was like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it just didn't get any better. There was a lot of stuff about people saying just naughty stuff, basically. And a lot of people saying X is my favorite underdog. That was a lot of them. So I'm not going to bother reading those because that's
who
boring.
would it be that would be a hot take? I feel like who is the?
Well, that was like, I think it was
That's a
like
shit
Evenly
one.
liked, I feel.
the first one I read was like a hot take. Zack's the best underdog. I was like, well, he's the most popular, so it's probably not a hot take.
That's like an insult almost because it
Yeah, it's
implies that
implying that
everyone
you're-
hates
yeah.
me. But hot
Exactly.
take, I actually like him. Thanks.
Dude, I'm sorry, just quick one on the topic. Someone DM'd me on Twitter. It was a poll from the Poppet Reddit of who was your favorite underdog.
Yeah.
And Poppet had like 90 votes and the rest of us had less than 10. And I'm like, no shit. It's the
Nice.
Poppet Discord. And there's one DMing me like, you're getting wrecked. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
I think that's actually a pretty important survey there.
I might post my own survey actually.
So funny.
Yeah, might have to do a poll on my own channel. I'd probably still lose, to be honest. People just meme me.
All right, I want to get us started with
is more specific. But yeah,
I'm going to get us started with the most basic one. So,
Okay.
And I didn't. Most of them I've written down an extended response. This one is literally just pineapple on pizza. Where do you stand?
I'm a big fan.
Love it.
It's awesome. It's so
Really?
good.
You guys are all pro. I think I'm anti, but I'm just against it.
People
Well, you're
have
one of those people who's like, it ruined my life.
No,
it's like
it's fine.
unnecessarily strong opinions about this one.
Yeah, I
reckon
have a
it's just
completely
so-
neutral opinion.
Fresh and what's the word?
Sweet.
Sweet, fresh. It's a nice
Juicy.
mix up from like the dry, doughy. This is a lot to all that.
Might
Is that what you
switch
think? You
teams
have a
for
bite
the
of
time.
pizza.
What's that?
You have a bite of pizza and you're like, oh, is that a piece of pineapple? Oh my god.
No, it kind of acts like the dryness and the heaviness of the dough.
Yeah, okay.
It's just to have a nice light pineapple.
I just
All
reckon
right,
it tastes
pineapple
good.
boy.
Don't really know why.
And I agree with Jordan here. I think he's onto it here. It like
Wow.
it's like a fresh. You know how when you're having something quite heavy and it's just got that nice like piece of like a fresh piece of tomato or something.
Yeah,
that just
yeah,
like
sure.
I mean, Zack wouldn't know, but you know what I mean. Like something that just kind of cleanses your palate a little bit from Jordan gets it.
It's like at the bakery where they put the sugar on like the buns.
You lost me?
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
you
think
had me for the first part. You should have quit while you were
it's
at it.
like the bakery.
You know, the bakery, and it's like the bun.
The
and then
glaze.
it's got all the stuff on it. All the, like...
You should like finger buns?
Yeah. It's like that.
A
Yeah,
finger
okay.
bun,
Less
I
extreme.
don't think that translates worldwide. It's basically a long roll of bread, like a 30
dog roll,
centimeter,
almost.
1 foot baguette with a bunch of icing and sprinkles on.
Yeah. I was thinking a similar concept.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm with you
I
on
like
that one, but
pineapple. I should have
let's
left
stick
it
with
there.
pineapple.
I love pineapple on pizza.
I love
Do you know
pineapple.
that Hawaiian pizza is the most popular pizza in Australia?
Is it really?
Oh.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's like a real fact, but I've definitely read that a few times.
I don't know if it's
And-
a real fact.
I mean, you know, it's one of those things that I'm like, where's the source? Like, this has just been passed around 100 times, so who knows if it's really true, but I've definitely seen that a few times. And Australian people love their pineapple on pizza. I think, do you reckon it's to do with a hot climate?
Yes. It
so
would
we
be
want
similar
that
to
fresh
Hawaii.
bite.
We're definitely
Yeah.
getting blown up in the comments. See, the weird thing about American pizza is that it's very common to just have pepperoni and cheese. Like
That's not a thing
That's
here.
like what they call
thing.
pizza. It is a thing, but it's like when we get pizza, it'll be like, what type do you want? And it's like, oh, we want mushroom, capsicum, salami.
Yeah.
I feel like the main types of
bunch of
pizzas
stuff.
I see is Hawaiian and Supreme are the main ones.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Oh, meat lovers as well.
But like, I feel like there's so
guess.
many places in America like doing pizza and they just have like the pepperoni and cheese. You just grab a slice. Getting a slice
Yeah,
is
that's-
not really a thing here.
Yeah, is that a
New
slice
York
culture
slice.
thing?
They have big pizzas though.
Slice culture.
Yeah.
I remember when Americans came over for like a Smash Bros tournament, and then they were like, "What the hell? A whole pizza?" And then they got it, and it's like our Australian pizza. What do you reckon? It's like this,
12
like,
inches?
in a circle.
It's about the size of a dinner plate. It's almost exactly the size of a dinner plate.
Yeah.
You can put it on a dinner plate perfectly. So I think that it's like way
Yeah.
smaller here.
Sure, that makes sense.
Jackson, why
Alright, well,
are you
that's good.
anti? Whoa,
I'm not-
whoa there, buddy.
I'm not anti, but I'm not pro. I wouldn't choose to put it on, but if it's there, I'm not going to take it off. That's where I'm at with it.
What's your favorite pizza?
It has to be just like with the lot. Actually, the vegetarian and add
Other than
pepperoni
pineapple.
is a life hack if you want to have the best pizza possible.
Getting the
What
pizza
is
dead
it?
ass.
Vegetarian, and then you add pepperoni because you get all the beautiful stuff, and then you get your nice pepperoni. That's my tip of the day.
Beautiful.
All
Jackson
right.
life hack.
Vegetarians love it. Get the vegetarian pizza, add a fucking dead pig. Nice.
Yeah. And you're going to be happy. Right, the
Right,
next
what's
one.
hot take number 2?
This one's got a big spiel. I just cut me off because it's enormous, but I just
Okay.
think it's
No,
so
I'll
funny.
let you. I'll let
All right,
you.
I'm going to
go
read
the
it
whole
fast.
way.
I'm going to read it fast. This
Okay.
one's from Benjamin. Shout outs to
Get in
Benjamin.
character. Don't
Right.
read it fast. You need to be Benjamin. Say it with the passion of Benjamin.
The beach sucks. This is Benjamin. Sand gets everywhere, and if you want to chill there, you have to put down a towel, which will most likely be blown away by the wind, and you have to put some rocks on the side of it. You get salty water on yourself, which does not get off unless you shower. Which gamers like me do only all 3 full moons. The worst part is, though, you have to somehow put your pants on and... I missed the line. Oh, here we go. The sand is like 10,000 degrees hot, so if you wear flip-flops, the sand gets between your toes, which also sucks. The worst part is that you have to somehow put your pants on and all that back on without getting sand everywhere, because you have sand on your feet that stick there since your feet are wet, and you get sand in your pants that you'll carry sand back home. I even had a time where I came back from vacation and found sand in my pockets after I put it in the washing machine. In the words of Akin Skywalker, I don't like sand. So there you go,
that all?
Benjamin. Well, there's more, but I think we're going to leave it there because
we get
Benjamin
the point.
is monologuing. I hate the
feel
beach.
90% of
Sorry,
those
go on, Zack.
problems stem from him not wanting to have a shower, which he kind of said as a
I
joke.
know.
But if it's getting to the point where like you only don't want to go because of sand and salty water, then that's just the shower fix. Like it
I
really.
was literally going to say, all this guy's problems are fixed by simply having a shower at the beach when you're like, there's those beachside ones.
Yeah.
Instead, he's like, I took the sand home with me and I couldn't get the salt off without a shower. And I'm like, get out of the ocean, go up onto the grass, have a little rinse off, and all your problems are fixed, you big baby.
Nah, I don't like
I definitely-
beachside showers.
Why not?
Just saying.
You don't like them.
I think I've maybe used them once ever. And that was
Why?
because I had to have a shower when me and Maddie were away in the van. So we didn't have a shower, so we went to the beach to use that.
And that's the first time you've ever used it. And
Yeah,
last,
I'll just
maybe.
have a shower at home. I appreciate
Wait, I've
the,
never used one.
the private
Don't you
space
just
at
want
home.
to get like
God,
But you literally are still
sprint
wearing
there.
your boardies.
Yeah, but I'm-
you're not naked.
Put a towel on the seat. I'm not a little bitch like Benjamin. I'll fucking go home and have a shower.
Wait, you use
I don't want
those?
to. I don't want to move on from this whole beach. What's the? You're literally still wearing your boardies. You just have a quick rinse off, and then you like. It feels so much better to dry off and like not be crusted in salt when you get home.
I don't know. I just don't like it. That's it.
Wait.
Fair.
What's it for? Get the salt off.
And the
Well,
sand.
yeah, if you're like, you know how like you walked off the sand up onto the grass, like or whatever.
I'll do
And
it,
then
and
there's a
then I'll
shower.
do like one of these where you just like stick your legs under and like stick your
Yeah.
arms under. I don't
it-
like full on like.
I mean, I don't like whip out a shampoo bottle, shower cap, and take my pants off or something. Like, it's just a rinse off.
What is the
essentially
age
just a
where
rinse.
it's, what's the age where it's socially acceptable to still be naked in the beach shower? And when does that
I think
stop?
it comes full circle.
When does that start becoming a problem?
Yeah.
I agree.
I think it starts again about 55. I think you're back in, and you have
No,
you,
that's way too young.
nah, 55. I reckon
No,
you're back
it has
on.
to be older than my parents.
I reckon you can do it at 55. I'm calling it.
I reckon you can do it right now, Zach. Maybe that's an Underdogs video concept. Zach does public nudity at the beach.
Sounds like
God,
a great
wasn't that
video
real in the views?
concept.
If you guys
Alright.
maybe dress up as a girl and catfish people, you guys can get naked at the beach.
Jackson, what do you reckon about this whole beach situation?
I'm on board with Benjamin. I don't share his anger, but I don't like the beach. I wouldn't ever choose to go to the beach myself. I don't like. I get burnt. I don't like the sand, and salt water makes me a bit itchy. So
I think for me, the beach has to be worth the downsides. Like the downsides he mentioned are kind of valid. I don't really like going to the beach when it's like an inconvenience and then you just get like a swim and then sunbaking. Don't like sunbaking.
yeah,
Oh, no.
But then
Next
like
to
if
that.
you're going with mates and you're gonna like have some fun, jump off jetties, play some frisbee, whatever the hell, then like that's easy fun day out. That's really good then.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite kind of, where I'm down to just go to the beach for 20 minutes. All you're doing is you're in the water, you swim, and then you leave.
that's what I would do
don't-
if I went.
I don't like the whole being on the sand situation at all. I'm like at the beach to be in the water, swim around with some waves, get a bit excited by some waves, and then
No, I kind of agree with you,
And
Jordan.
head
I
off.
wouldn't spend just 20 minutes. I don't want to just like lie around and sunbake like Zach said, but I want to do like more other activities like chuck the frisbee or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not just going to be like, yeah, like sunbaking or sitting on the sand and stuff. You go do fun stuff. It makes it worth it, I reckon.
Did your family used to go to the beach a lot when you were a kid?
Nah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Every
had a hate
Christmas.
for the beach. Every Christmas. No, we went like every day. It was
Oh my god.
like after school, was like, oh, go to the beach? Yeah. Like my sisters would love it, and I'd be like, oh, not again.
I suppose you grew up in a beach suburb, so when you move
True.
there, you feel like you have
I've
to take
always
advantage
been
of it.
very close to the beach.
Yeah,
So I think there was definitely a time, like during summers, like about on average every second day we'd be at the beach. So I grew a bit of a hate for the beach. But then going back now, I like it.
That's completely fair enough.
Oh, that's pretty mixed reviews of the beach then. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty good for a hot take. So, Benjamin, well done, I suppose. Right, next one, another food one. Breakfast is bad. Now, this
Oh,
one was pretty
fuck no.
popular, so I haven't attributed it to anyone, but yeah.
Huge agree on this
What?
one.
What do you mean?
Breakfast
Okay.
sucks.
No, let's hear it.
Yeah.
For me-
Wait, what's the
Yeah.
explanation
No,
from this
from
guy?
Jackson.
Well,
right?
I wrote down one of them because, but I didn't write the name down because there was genuinely probably 15 people of all the responses was breakfast is bad. And it was just complaining about the foods, they're just not good. And I disagree. But I'm on here
Wait.
Peter's
So
side.
they're saying breakfast in terms of breakfast foods, like the ones that are
Yeah.
stereotypically you have to eat it at breakfast?
A lot of it was just like, I don't want to eat when I get up. Breakfast foods are boring. I'd rather just eat anything else.
You can cook
Yeah,
anything.
I'm on board.
The reason breakfast food exists is it's convenient. It's quick to have a bowl of cereal or toast. You're not going to cook a steak dinner for like you could if you don't like breakfast food. Cook a steak dinner. Like other people
Is that
just
your
like
life
it's so
advice?
convenient.
It's not socially acceptable to do that, Zach. That's the problem.
I did
who
used to bully
cares?
my sister because she would have rice for breakfast. You know when you're like little and it's like, you just bully people because they're doing something different.
Yeah.
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 But like,
I'm like, why are you eating rice? Why are you eating curry for breakfast?
if you don't like
Loser.
breakfast that much, then own it. I'd love to have a friend that's like, yeah, I eat dinner food for breakfast all the time. I'd be like, you know what? That's interesting, and you do you.
That's
No, I think
interesting,
people
and
would
you're
say
my friend.
That's weird. I'm pretty sure people would judge you for that. Even if Zach's the ultimate human and wouldn't judge you for it, I feel like people would think you're a bit strange for doing that.
Wait,
you
so
wanna Go on.
are they saying they would rather just not eat?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying they just skip breakfast because they hate it.
Do they not get hungry?
I don't know. I didn't have a conversation with them, but I don't know.
See, I love breakfast, but I often skip it, and then I'll eat breakfast food for lunch because I love breakfast food so much.
I'm big on that. Yeah,
I have,
breakfast food-
especially eggs, big one.
Yep.
Like some cereal. Obviously, a big old fry up's good with some bacon and hash browns and that. But I'll make avocado and eggs on toast for a lot of lunches after skipping
so
breakfast.
Good. So good.
All right, I'm here to back up the people with the hot takes here.
Thank you.
Breakfast is pretty much the only meal where you could have the same thing every single day and people consider that normal. Like, if you're like, every day for dinner, I have a chicken breast, a piece of broccoli, and mashed potatoes. People are like, every day, don't you get bored of it? No, but I do have fucking toast for breakfast every single day, and that's completely normal. Like, breakfast food being boring is so normalized.
But just
That's a
don't
good
do
point.
that.
No, but people, it's part of society, you dickhead.
I agree with there's not that many different breakfast foods.
No, you got the peanut butter, the Vegemite, the jam. That's 3 mix-ups already. You could have
But like,
some oats.
okay, let's go through it. Like, really,
Cereals.
there's a cooked
People
breakfast,
have multiple cereals
There's
and
toast.
multiple spreads.
there's cereal, and then like I only discovered muesli like this year, so that's opened my world right up.
Muesli, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if addition of muesli has changed your life, there really weren't a lot of options to start off
But
with.
you can-
wasn't
What
there?
about, like,
Options are so
pancakes?
good.
Pancakes,
Oh, yeah.
they're yum.
The options
Another
are
Different
good one.
cereals.
great.
Every cereal is so different.
If you think about it, like waffles, pancakes, oatmeal, toast, it's all just glorified wheat at that point, isn't it? So like you're all doing the same shit over and over again.
Isn't that the point of the meal? To break the fast and set
To
you
be
up for the day?
wheat.
No, well, it's got
No, the point is-
carbohydrates, right? So it's setting you up for the
There's-
day.
Potatoes have carbohydrates, rice have
well,
carbohydrates,
as
all
Jordan's
vegetables
sister.
have carbohydrates.
Wait, do you
fruit has
eat-
carbohydrates.
Do you eat breakfast, Peter?
Yeah.
He just doesn't
he
like
likes
it.
See, I don't
I
don't eat breakfast, but I like it.
Every time I'm at like
Wait,
you know how
Zack and Jackson like breakfast and they skip it. And Peter hates breakfast and he has it every day.
it's a necessary evil, all right? All right, let me finalize my genius argument here,
Yeah,
right?
go. It's a good
Have you
argument.
guys ever been to an international buffet breakfast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where like
No.
you're at a hotel and they've got like the Western section and the Asian section and like the Indians, like they have different
Yeah,
sections.
the Asian section goes hard.
Exactly. They actually have interesting food for breakfast.
It's true.
You're not going to be like, sweet as porridge again. Like, fuck me. You're going to be like, oh, they got noodles for breakfast. Oh, they got like, you're going to try these more interest. They have more different stuff. I reckon Western breakfast is shit. And this person's right. All these 15 people.
Yeah, there was a few people, so it's a pretty popular hot take. One of the most popular.
I like, because I guess the idea behind breakfast, right, is that it's easy to make. So I'm about it. Because it's just like so easy.
Yeah.
Didn't Mr. Kellogg's like make cereal so that it was so boring people
Boring.
wouldn't masturbate?
That I've heard that as well, but
What?
I don't know
I'm sorry,
how
what?
that works.
Yes, I can't wait
wait,
now.
wait,
I'm
you guys
eating
keep talking.
cereal.
I'll Google.
Okay.
Wait, so
Jordan's no, it's another one of those things where I've heard it and I'm not exactly sure
I'm
how
just
true it
googling
is.
Kellogg's.
would that work? I'm just
masturbate. I hope
picturing
it's all
like
good.
you've got your dick out and then it's like, oh, is that Wheat Bix? Get that away from
If
me!
you
I'm
got a
not
small
freaking
enough
doing
dick,
that.
the Cheerios could help.
No, like apparently he invented cornflakes to be the most boring breakfast possible or some shit.
Yeah,
See,
To make people not
reading
get too
it-
excited.
I'm at a headline at the moment. It says cornflakes were part of an anti-masturbation crusade. But I hold on.
See, the reason I
Hold
don't
on.
mind breakfast is I'm very happy to eat the same meal over and over. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I could have the same thing for like multiple weeks and not really get bored. Like I often cook in bulk and then we'll have the same dinner 5 nights in a row and I'm perfectly fine with that. So having the same breakfast for my whole life, so I'm fine with that too.
Would you rather have the same 5 meals for the rest of your life or listen to the same 5 songs for the rest of your life?
5 meals.
Oh,
Can I
I'd
make
rather have
them
5
really
meals.
lit meals?
You can pick whatever you want.
And
Same
I
with
get
the song.
them, like, if we go out for dinner, one just, like, appears in front of me, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. In
Hell
this
yeah,
world.
5 meals. Pick
Yeah,
my
I think
5
I'd go
favorite
5 meals
meals.
too.
Tortellini, fish and
I don't
chips,
know.
cooked breakfast. Can I do with 3? That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, go for it, mate.
What about the Zambrero
I just
burritos
end
there?
Oh, burrito, that's good. Add that in.
He's set.
What would you go,
Yeah, I'd
Peter?
probably also go with that option,
Yeah.
but they both suck.
Yeah, both
do
I
not
wouldn't be
very
happy with either.
I'll be more than happy to have the same 5 foods. I kind of probably already do that almost. Oh no, dinner.
So no wonder you're on team breakfast is boring.
Yeah,
you don't even like
I'm very
eating
boring.
anything.
Now, Jordan,
Yeah, I'm very
did
boring
we
with my
find the
food.
KFC? Oh, sorry, the cornflakes. The Colonel
Um,
Kellogg's. Did we find if he stopped us wank?
I haven't found too much, honestly. To fight off any potential desire, he worked on ways people could curb sexual impulses, including creating cornflakes.
So it was an attempt. We didn't know if it was successful.
I don't think it worked. It doesn't work.
I mean,
But,
I haven't had cornflakes in a while, and I've been absolutely wilding. So maybe I need
Oh,
some.
and see,
Gotta
I've been
make
eating
that
cornflakes recently, and no, so maybe it does work.
making the switch
I'm
from the porn to the
absolutely
corn.
floppy.
There could be something there. Well, this one's kind of on the same topic. Oh, go on.
Which ran water through the bow before following it with yogurt delivered between the mouth and anus.
What?
Are you alright?
No context.
What the fuck are you reading?
Okay, this needs to be tabled. This cornflake.
Hey,
We might need to move on.
Yeah, anyways.
Well, it's about it's
Jordan,
about cereal.
give us a question
so-
of the week while you're being dumb.
Oh, come on, don't phrase it like that. They're smart questions.
They're thinkers.
Honestly, nothing's really come to me. I've had a pretty, I guess I've been practicing for this Bram too much, but I was just thinking, would you rather be famous?
What?
Or
No, just
Or not.
just or not.
Oh,
Like
or
super. How famous we're talking?
Let's say...
give me a celebrity that I am.
Because like
now.
Alright.
some would argue I'm already famous.
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt.
the only person arguing that is you, Zack.
Hey, we're all quite famous compared to your average human. We're probably all in the top 1% of famous people.
Yeah.
That can't be
suppose
right.
Because there's a
I guess
lot of
that's
people.
true.
That's definitely
Jesus.
right. How would that
Wow.
not be right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is
7
I don't know, I
billion
just-
people?
I just
What's the
don't
top
consider
1%?
myself that.
Yeah, maybe not
70
you, Jackson.
million.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I put 6%.
No,
I was actually
no,
thinking about this in bed
70
last
million.
night because, like, I was thinking about like numbers of subscribers and all this stuff, and I was because Failboat rated my stream last night, and I was like, "Oh, congrats on hitting 1 million subscribers." I was thinking about 1 million people, right? Because there's 2.5 million in Perth. So, like, imagine every car you drive
Holy
past
shit.
on the freeway ever, and every person you walk past in the city when you're walking around, and let's say half of those people know a channel with 1 million subscribers, like Zack. And
A
it's
lot of
like
people.
it's so many people.
That's
like you can
insane.
never meet that many people. Like, and so when you think about it in that way, and like the Underdogs channel has like 180,000 subs, it's just an absurd amount of people. And so maybe that'll help you believe you're in the top 1%, Jackson.
And the Underdogs
Well,
podcast
even like
channel has like 15,000 subs. Oh,
Wow.
man, maybe we should get that a bit more. So maybe subscribe if you're listening and enjoying the podcast.
But
Wow,
even sporting
God.
events are like sold out, 40,000 seats, all completely sold out. And it's just like, that's a lot of people in the stadium or whatever. And then it's like, oh, wait, I play Elite Smash and I'm chatting to like that many people on like a daily basis, you know?
Jordan's like uploads Iron Man Part 18, gets 100,000 views, and he's like each shit
It
football
would be
team.
so much more intimidating if you were doing it in a stadium and you're like, whoa, that spike was crazy. And then the whole stadium's like, yeah.
Imagine them just
think
clapping
people
if you got a sick combo.
People do that at home when watching Jordan's videos. Yeah! Like pop off.
They do.
He's
they
lens
for sure
trapping.
do.
Woo!
I know they do.
I heard Jordan make that stadium analogy maybe over a year ago in a video.
Yeah, I
it
did.
changed my life. You were like, oh, 60,000 people in a stadium. I was like, fucking like 15 stadiums of people subscribed. Stadiums are a very good metric of imagining people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think you were the one that's put that to me before, but I haven't thought about it since, and it's kind of scary to think about.
It's a lot of people.
So would you want to be more famous, I guess?
Me,
Yeah, would you want to be actually famous?
I
like Brad Pitt or
absolutely
something?
would not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I think we honestly have it perfect being micro celebrities.
Yeah.
Like we honestly have
I
the
think
best
so.
deal.
like when you get recognized, it's like it's a very niche thing. and it's like
Yeah.
it's
cool.
very cool, and it's not
Yeah,
too
yeah.
distracting from your everyday life. Like, weirdest place I've been
Yeah.
recognized is when I was shopping in an office furniture store. Kid was there with his parents, probably like, oh my god, mum and dad have to pick out like 40 chairs for their small business. This is the most boring shit ever. Wish I could play Fortnite. And then he sees little Z. And
Do you ever think you get recognized? Sorry, I'm trying to save Zach from this story.
I thought it was a good story. I was going to ask where the weirdest place you guys have been recognized was, but it's okay if you don't have anything
I
weird.
got recognized at the fish. I get recognized a lot at like not a lot, but like takeaway.
Yeah.
Have
I
you
guess
considered? Because that's the only
that's
reason
our
you ever go
demographic.
outside.
No, that's our demographic, I think. But I went to the fish and chip store, and the guy knew me, and then he gave us so much extra fish and chips, and I was like,
Yo.
What a
I was
legend.
with Holly as well, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Do you ever get you think someone recognized you, but they didn't say anything, and you don't want to be full of yourself and be like, oh, they recognize me, but they're just giving you this weird side eye?
But then a lot of...
yes.
No offense, but I feel like a lot of smashers would not want to approach you. Like, it's...
Because I had that situation happen to me. I was walking with Sophie outside a train station, and like just two people walking in the opposite direction from us. Like, we're walking the one way, they're walking the other way of the path. The guy's just staring at me the whole time.
They're checking you out.
And then we go past each other. He's looking over his shoulder back at me, and I like check over my shoulder to see if he's still looking. And they're walking through like an automatic door, and he's still looking at me through the glass. I'm like, what the? Is there something on my face? Like, what the fuck? And he was like, he just had the complete facial expression of like, is that?
I think you're going to
I
get
was just
murdered. I don't know if that was a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. I was with Sophie. She was like, I'm pretty sure that guy recognized you. Like, it wasn't just me thinking this, because he gave me the weirdest look.
Yeah.
Jackson and we got noticed at Subway together. Remember, we were standing there,
that
and
was
then the
so
guy next
funny.
to us, just like in his like high vis, whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, Jackson and Jordan.
Jackson,
Like, oh, hey man.
Jackson gets recognized a lot. I think it's
I
probably a
do
good
seem to get
combo of,
recognized a lot.
like, tall,
Being
like
a
recognizable things like glasses and facial hair and
Yeah.
haircut. Like, you usually have a different haircut.
Bit of a weird one. Yep.
Oh, I got recognized actually at the wedding where I got COVID. So that's epic.
If you're listening right
It
now,
was him who
thanks.
gave
You've
it
given
to you.
all the underdogs COVID.
No, it was pretty funny. I think I had met the guy once before, like at the engagement party or something. But then I was like, oh, hey, good to see you. I didn't remember him, so I introduced myself. And he was like, oh, yeah, low-key, I lurk in your streams occasionally. I don't really say anything, though. And he's like, but Jackson's the best underdog. And I was like, what? He's not here. You could have just said I'm the best underdog. He wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have told him. And
IRL
I
hot
appreciate
takes
the
coming
honesty.
in.
I didn't.
What about the
Tell me I'm
time?
great.
The time when we went out and someone said in Peter's ear, like, "I'm going high."
No, he said pop it
Oh,
rocket.
sorry, I said "Pop a rocket" in Peter's ear.
It's
Yeah,
even
random
worse.
at a club,
So
literally
good.
at like a nightclub, and this person walks past me and goes, "Pop it, rocket," in my ear, and I'm like, "Why?"
They like
That's so
disappeared
good.
into the crowd as well. Like,
It was actually me.
it's so funny that I've been recognized probably most at like clubs and bars when we go out, which is not the first thing you'd think of in terms of like gaming.
Yeah, that is weird.
A lot of people, gamers that probably like have grown up a little bit as well, like last few years, Smash Bros dying off, probably around
I think a lot of Smash
20s.
players are uni students
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like that competitive kind of aspect.
So like that's pretty
Um,
interesting. Love going out to a club and like a few different people recognize you, and then you're
I get
always like
recognised-
drunk as well.
I get recognized the most easily when I'm with Brooke's family, and I don't know why. So they probably think I'm like
Flex.
proper famous, and I'm not. But it just seems like it's a 50% chance if I go to Brooke's family, I'm gonna run into someone. It's
I'm picturing
That's
you
a
slipping a
50%.
stranger,
That's a
slipping a
lot,
stranger a
dude.
$20 note, being
No.
like, "Hey, can you make me look cool in front
Yeah.
of my girl?"
Come and
Like,
impress.
my man.
Come
At the
impressed.
zoo, the meerkats are like, "Shit, is that Director Cogger?"
Oh, but yeah, I was thinking that because I saw an interview with like Cristiano Ronaldo, and he was just saying being famous, like because obviously that's like like the
That's
top
uber
level.
famous, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like the most on Instagram or something. Anyways, he was just saying that it's so boring because it's like he said because he's got kids. He said he's never ever been to the park with his kids because that would just be the worst. Like, he'd just go to the park and then everyone would be like, "Oh,
Ronaldo!"
yeah, Ronaldo.
Do you know what I think it is? I think when you get to a certain level of famous where people know about you that aren't interested in what you do, that's a bad level.
when it's
because then you have people that don't like you knowing who you are. Whereas no one recognizes now that's like, oh, fucking hate the Underdogs because they just wouldn't know who we are.
They're like, gotta get a
That's
photo
so
with
true.
Ronaldo. You ever seen a soccer match? No.
No, exactly.
Like, it's just, I have
I
to
think
get
that's
it.
the point
Can I grab a selfie?
of where it would be bad.
That is actually a really good point. Like, the only people that recognize us are probably fans.
Yeah.
So, like, it's always going to be a cool interaction, and it's reasonably rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like, imagine being a famous politician or something. Like Obama walking down the street, they're like, screw you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That sucks.
Any
would
sort
be
of
grim.
polarizing figure. We've got 2 hot takes left. Should I get them? These are the silly ones.
Should
Yeah.
finish up the
Oh.
podcast with these two.
All right. So this one is a bit interesting. This one goes out to Cooper. Eating cereal out of a plastic bag is awesome. You put dry cereal in a bag, then you put milk, and then you eat it with a spork. It's fucking awesome. What do
Now,
you guys
this guy
think?
loves breakfast food. There's no doubt
Should
about
I
it.
try this right now?
This sounds terrible.
Okay, are you talking
Actually-
about, you know those little cereal boxes? And
That's
you get
what
10
I thought
in a
of
pack.
at first.
Those are almost designed to be eaten. You open it up
because they
and
got
pour
the
the milk
flaps
in.
like this.
They got the flaps.
The flaps.
And you eat it out of the plastic bag.
box. Yeah.
Wait, what did he say was the benefit of this?
That's a good point. He just said it was good.
He said it was fucking awesome. You put dry cereal in a bag, milk, then you eat it with a spork. It's fucking awesome.
So is he taking it out of the bag that it comes in to put it in a different bag to eat it?
Why not just put it in a bowl?
That's
Wait.
interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but he did just say
Because
you put the
he
dry
says-
cereal in a bag. So yes, he's moving
No,
it.
no,
does he have
no,
a-
but he's not having the whole box at once.
He's got a pile of loose cereal
You
in
can't
his
just
kitchen.
pour milk into your whole box.
Yeah,
of
it'll always have
So
to
this
eat
guy
like
can't
700
afford
grams.
a bowl. He's using a
I
bag.
guess he likes it, but I don't get why.
It's funny if he
Does
can't
anyone- I
afford
don't-
it and he's like spinning it to be cool, but he actually just
I don't
can't
have any
afford it.
plastic bags. I can't try this.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is very bad for the environment. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this one.
Oh,
Every
True.
time you eat breakfast, you're going through a plastic bag. That's brutal.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going
I
to disagree with this
thought-
hot take.
I thought he meant putting it in the box.
No,
Like,
no
Which
mention
would
of
be
the
terrible
box.
as well.
What if
Which
you're
makes more sense.
really
Soggy at the
hungry?
bottom. It'd be so soggy
Okay,
at the
I-
bottom. You know how like, all right, this is a cereal opinion, right?
Whoa.
Do you put in just enough like cereal into a bowl at a time that by the time you get to the bottom of it, it's not super soggy, and you'd rather go back for seconds than get a really big bowl in the first
I'm having
place?
about
Optimal.
6 bowls of cereal when I eat because I fill it
Never.
up not much and put a little bit of
Never,
milk, eat,
ever.
Plus-
go again.
Really?
You will never fail the milk cereal ratio if you do multiple refills.
Yeah.
Have a bit of milk left in the bottom, just put a bit more cereal in.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm too lazy for that. Just eat it.
Jordan, we've established you don't care what food tastes like in the
Yeah,
slightest.
true. Okay,
So
yeah.
that kind of makes sense that you're the only one who doesn't do this life hack.
Jordan's got
It would be
some,
terrible if you're pouring it straight into the box, though.
Jordan's got cornflakes pre-soaking for after the podcast to go eat because he doesn't
Yeah,
care.
it's just, you just.
He can just drink it. That's his
Yeah,
dream
yeah.
scenario. It's optimal.
I do.
rate
Like
this
I had a
opinion.
shake for breakfast.
I rate it
drink
just for the little boxes of cereal.
Yeah.
That is where it shines, but if you're taking
Other
it
than
out
that-
of the bag to put in another bag, then that's too many steps. And we never mentioned the spork, but you're a psychopath for using a spork with cereal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why the sport?
Spoon or
why
nothing?
do you-
Cereal requires stabbing.
I reckon he's a liar. Why would he? He's just trying to get a bit spicy.
He could
Why
be.
would you make this up?
But spork is an interesting thing to eat cereal with, I was just thinking, because you could save the milk and you could just keep refilling like the way I do it. I'm considering swapping to a spork.
All right.
Huge
Nah.
take.
I think that one's done. What's our last hot take?
Our last one. Triangles are objectively the hottest of all polygons. Right.
Okay.
This is
Surely.
my absolute
I
favourite
agree.
first sentence. I should not have to explain myself, but I will elaborate only because you asked politely, and I like being told what to do. Triangles contain the least possible amount of sides it takes to be considered a polygon, and the way they flirt with the edge of breaking the rules is sexy. They are the most structurally sound shape, and everyone likes reliability. If you press 2 or more triangles together, they can create every other polygon. They are also the most pleasing to my eye, which I guess is subjective, but I strongly believe those who disagree are functioning on their brainstem alone. Thank you for hearing me out. Thanks, Jake. I agree.
I feel like this sounds like a copy paste, right?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does
think
sound
Jake
like that.
made this up.
I was
I feel
agreeing.
like this is definitely made up.
But
like,
I was
by someone
thinking,
else.
We can give our
if you
thoughts.
picture the classic, like, oh, that's a hot guy. He looks like a triangle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
And it's just like some buff guy.
Oh.
that is like,
what is it? What about
Yeah.
those Tomb Raider back in the Tomb Raider games? She had triangle boobs. That's pretty sexy.
That's sexy.
And then, did he say
I'm
the
just thinking.
sexiest shape or polygon? Big distinction because circles
it
are
is-
quite sexy.
The hottest of all polygons.
Yeah, so circles clearly top tier. I mean, that's curvy as fuck. But polygons, now you're talking.
I think
I kind of like the way that triangles make up an isosahedron. That shit looks good. Mm-hmm. You fellas feel me on
Yeah,
that?
I
an
know what that
isosahedron.
is.
triangles are nice, actually.
Yeah.
count me in for an
Also.
isosahedron.
I rate this opinion.
I rate it a lot. I had
I
no
also
opinion
rate
before.
this. I don't know why, but it's so true.
Yeah. I think about man. What are those things called where you get a bunch of like pieces of something and put it together to make a big picture?
Mosaic.
A mosaic,
Oh.
yeah. But you can make the sickest mosaics out of triangles.
True.
This is good.
Triangles
And
are hot.
it's like chiseled jawline is a triangle shape. I feel like people contour their face to a triangle.
True.
Interesting. Anyway, I was pretty taken by that because I did not have an opinion on the hottest polygon, but he's convinced me, so I'm glad to be on board.
You didn't even have the hottest
I mean-
polygon opinion. What the hell are you doing, mate?
They've said it's a hot take, assuming that everyone else already thinks a different polygon is sexier.
Yeah.
Like they're like, fuck, what do you mean? The dodecagon
Yeah.
is clearly the sexiest one. You're like,
I've got
what?
an interesting question here. And
Yeah.
I've got an answer for myself in my head. What do you guys think is the least sexy polygon? I think it's obvious.
I think it's a heptagon.
Is that 7 or 9?
Yeah.
That's 7. I think that's
Oh,
Gotta be
hexagon
pretty
is
up there.
disgusting.
Nah.
I'm looking at a picture
Nah,
right
that's
now.
getting close
Hexagons
to
are
a
good.
circle. I reckon square.
no squares.
Maybe that's a hot take.
Nah, squares
not
are second.
This
sexy
is quite
at
strong.
all.
They're quite intimidating.
Yeah, but
Square
not
is second.
sexy. Not sexy.
I think squares have character.
But turn it
I think if
into
we
a
asked
turn it
women,
into
they
a
would be more into squares.
maybe
Sorry.
rhombus, not square. Tilt that square on the
Rhombus?
side, then I'm aroused. But just a decent default square, no, thank you.
You like them a bit
What
bent.
about like a rectangle? Would you rather a rectangle or a
I
square?
would rather a rectangle.
Any
Size
women
does
in Little
matter.
Z's chat, what do you think about squares? Hopefully that comes
People
through.
say be there or be square. If it's not a sexy polygon, why would you want to be there?
Do you know what that means? I found out the other day. I don't know if this is real or not. It's be there or
Maybe
be
it'll shed
square.
some light on this situation.
Because
I think I've heard before.
because
but I
then you're
forgot.
not around.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
that.
I
I
think
did
that's
know.
not real.
No, that's
I've heard
true.
that. I think that's not real.
I don't know. But why else would you say be there or be square? It doesn't really make any sense. Other than rhyming, I guess.
There's a lot of phrases that make no sense
That's
in
true.
today's
It's true as well.
context.
Okay, so
Such as.
after the hottest polygon debate, do we have anything else? I feel like that's a very strange note to end this podcast. But
Well, I've got to be honest. There was not many good ones. So
guys, you're gonna
one of
have
the
to
more
ramp
interesting
up the
ones.
hot takes, higher temperatures. We need some boiling hot ones.
heaps of
So
them.
yeah, we're thinking.
Yeah, go on.
We want to use the audience interaction stuff with the forms on the Twitter, but you guys got to step up your game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest here. Like, if we're getting 3 good answers out of 350, we want this relationship to work, but you guys aren't putting in the work at the moment, you know. So
It's your
we
fault.
might
It's
have to
not
go
us,
to marriage
it's you.
counseling. It's not us, it's you.
Oh,
So yeah,
I was going to
just
say,
need-
like,
and less
heaps of them were
smash
smash
answers.
ones. Yes, exactly.
Sorry, guys. We want,
Oh, try.
especially for the podcast, we're trying to be a little less Smash focused, just so that people that don't understand Smash can still get a lot out of it, or people that aren't currently playing it. So just keep
Yeah.
that in mind when you're submitting. Pretty much 100% chance of being cut out, and you would have just wasted a bit of your time.
Do we submit on YouTube? We should put
Nah,
the poll
Twitter.
We should.
on YouTube as well. On the
The YouTube Chads
community
versus the
post.
Twitter versions of the Underdogs pod.
Maybe they are the chats.
Look, I'm putting it out there. I imagine if you're going on virgin percentages, not that that's bad, But like
Twitter's
Smash
higher.
Bros. Fiend percentages, Twitter's got to be higher
Yeah.
than YouTube.
A lot of squares on Twitter. Fucking unsexy
Yeah.
virgins.
The triangles are on
bold.
YouTube. Check out the logo. I mean, for real, it's a freaking triangle.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
That's sexy as hell.
Okay,
And the heptagons are on Pornhub.
alrighty. I think that's where we should end the podcast. Good luck to Jackson and Jordan at BAM this weekend. Looking forward to hearing some stories from that.
We'll see
Thank
on
you.
stream.
Yeah, I hope you guys
Yes.
all enjoyed the hot takes. Let us know if we should do it again or what else we should ask from you guys. And hope everyone has a great day. Guys, that was a beautiful end to the podcast, but Peter just got his COVID results back, so we're jumping in.
All right, it'll focus in a second.
Anytime.
Peter, that's-
Should. It's not
That's
focusing.
your nudes. Don't,
That's the nudes. Oh,
Not that one.
Yeah, I tested
Ready?
yesterday and it was
Ready?
all good, and I don't feel.
Oh!
Fingers crossed
so
for us
Peter
too.
Peter has
positive's
tested
bad.
positive for COVID. I'm pretty sure I also have it. So
Positive.
What a hook.
It's
after our
positive.
really nice note on the podcast, now we're all getting sick. Jackson, do you feel sick?
Nothing. So I guess we'll just wait
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah, tune in next week to see if the boys have coronavirus. Well, Peter has it. We'll see if I've got it. And have fun at BAM. Bye for real.
Absolute cliffhanger. Bye.